I'm supposed to record some kind of audio. And you know, people are telling me I'm a noob at this. I don't get that. Like, I'm really good at stuff. I'm really smart, and I'm not just a noob. So what do I do here? Well, you could always ask the doctor, Rigby, because I am not a noob. I am a pro. Oh, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. Today I have with me Brit.
Hello, hello.
And today we're continuing our coverage on Peter David's Supergirl. Brit, give us a brief summary of where we went over last time.
Okay, so by my surprise, this is not Kara,
Nope.
which I love. This is Linda Danvers, and we find out that in a DC way, comic book way, they merge.
Yep.
And Linda is not a good person. However,
No.
what makes her not what makes her not a good person and the fact that she isn't a good person, it makes it far more interesting as
Mhm.
for a read, and you want to know what happened, how this whole thing came about of merging,
Yep.
Supergirl with just this woman, and how you have
This
this
guy in
story
particular.
that's
Yeah. Sorry.
you you have this story that's so intense, but and emotionally raw.
Oh yeah.
And you deal with a lot of realistic, topics within
Mm-hmm.
this. And now we are starting on Supergirl going on a date with the guy that is responsible for Linda's basic downfall.
Yep. Buzz. So yeah, let's dive in. We're on the last two issues of Gary Frank's time on the book.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, so let's see how well or how badly this date goes. It's tonight? The blind date's tonight? Ah, Ma, how could you just spring this on me? It was somewhat last minute, Linda. Mr. Aldrin, again, get it? Buzz Aldrin. Surprised the mother's not realizing that. Had a hole in his schedule. Besides, and please don't take offense, how could I ever? But I'll bet that Mr. Aldrin is responsible enough not to leave us hanging. Ma, I told you, Dick had car trouble the other day. A responsible person would have checked to make sure his car was working before he got stuck. Oh boy, some of those type of parents.
Well, a cautious parent is a good parent because,
Oh yeah.
you know, at this point of, reality, you have to double check your date.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is for plot reasons that the date himself is not being checked, but everything
Yep.
around him is being checked. But yeah, being a cautious
Mm-hmm.
parent is very realistic here.
Yep. Your mom's right. 90% of breakdowns can avoid with routine maintenance. Dad, it makes me nuts when you make up, it drives me nuts when you make up statistics. Then we get face it, Tigress. You just hit the jackpot.
Wow, so they did a
They did a Mary
Spider-Man
Jane reference.
reference. That is
Yep.
funny. That is very cute.
Yep. Are you out of your mind? I know. Arriving a couple of minutes early. It's insanely rude. But I didn't just want to sit out in the car and wait. It's chilly. My heater's broken, and I much prefer warmer surroundings. Are we eating on the front stoop then, or are you going to invite me in? Drop dead. There is no way you're dragging my parents into the middle of this. Buzz, you made it. Oh, just to give other people a reminder, Linda's mom met Buzz during what was final night, and he helped save her. And Claire's been schmoozing his way through the mom to arrange all this.
Oh. Well,
But
he
yeah,
does
yep,
from the way he's drawn, he does look kind of like a fleece.
he does. Looks like a rat
Yeah.
that knows bite of it. I'll kill him. Pink. All right, Linda, sorry, wind. Fred Danvers, pardon me for not leaping to my feet. Not a problem, Fred. Buzz Aldrin. Again, no one's making the connection about the astronaut at all. That feels a little bit of a stretch. If there's one thing that's going to take me out, it's that. No one's making the connection there. It's like, you mean like the astronaut? But of course, I love this here then. Like, look at her just scowling. Your father seems rather taken with him. What do you think, Linda? Linda, he's really something. I'd pick him up and smash him through a wall. But I think my folks just might fumble and tumble to my secret if I did that. Now, if you notice that she is more embracing, remember, we're still at the point where this is just Matrix, not Linda. So the fact that she is still more and more starting to say, not Linda's parents, she's saying, my parents, my folks. I kind of like that. She's already gotten that used to being around them by now.
Right.
Yeah, but by this point, she's only tapping into the memories, but it's still Matrix. As we go on, Linda will start to combat back out a bit more.
And I like that. I like this slow burn characterization and just this, not so much as smooth, but I would say a smooth transition into that she is, those fragments are piece by piece coming together.
Exactly. Of course, naturally, she's freaking out, thinking there might be something in the box, but nope, it's just flan.
Wow. So again, this is definitely giving those movie vibes where the character is so like cautious of everything, and she's trying to protect herself but also protect her parents, and it's like she's gonna mess up something herself trying to basically overcompensate.
Exactly. And again, yes, it is a bit of a cliche thing. Yeah, but you'll love it because it's that whole thing about you wondering what's going to happen. Like this. Oh, Buzz, you're terrible. Actually, Mom, he's positively evil. And that's right, Mom. 6 kind of pure demonic intent. That's me. Unlike Linda, of course. She's just a Supergirl.
Wow.
Yep. You're lucky I don't crush your fingers. You're lucky you don't crush my fingers. Leave you with a bit of explaining to do. Again, you can tell Buzz is loving every minute of this.
Yes. The manipulation, the taunting. Yeah.
Yep. And again, this is a case where Matrix is used, because here there is, remember, this is the Supergirl that dated Lex. And I'm getting a vibe she's feeling like this guy is worse than Lex ever's been. That's the kind of look she's giving.
Well, that is even a little
a bit much, yeah.
A bit much. But right now within the scene, yes, I would say that he is much worse than Lex.
Lex would never put that much of a facade. He'd be egotistical. So I think for her, she's like, oh no, the fact that he's able to be this conniving and convincing is far worse than if he was flippant and blatant.
Right.
Yep. Oh, actually do bring up the astronaut. So, Buzz Aldrin, in relation to the astronaut, what astronaut? And they just drop it. Oh, I love this. Buzz, didn't you tell me you teach? Oh, I'm sure he teaches all kinds of interesting things. Tell me about some of your philosophies, Buzz. All right, Linda, you're ridiculous. Excuse me, Mr. Aldrin, but I don't appreciate you're ridiculous, Fred. You too, Sylvia, and me too. Humanity is ridiculous. How nice of you to include yourself in humanity. If you can be, Linda, so can I. You see, years ago, I had a flat. Did you call AAA? An apartment, love, not a tire. And in this apartment, some genius had mounted a full-length mirror on the door directly opposite the loo. So I couldn't do my business without staring at myself. And I'd sit there thinking, yep, that looks about as dignified as one would think. This is a charming dinner conversation. The point is, humans take themselves so seriously. We preen and posture and make war and love with such gravity, like it all means something. Yet every single day, our very biology requires us to look and feel ridiculous. We say, save the planet, as if we matter to the planet. We do everything we can to build ourselves up. The higher we climb, the further we sink. We can run from our basic silly nature, but really, it's just an extension of the frozen snowball theory. 3 billion years from now, the Earth will be a frozen snowball. So what does it matter what we do? That's pretty damn fatalistic, Buzz. Then again, I bet you're the expert on damn. Excuse me for being suspicious, but do you two know each other? Now, Fred, does anyone really know anyone? So the building's burning, and so then we see a bit from her father giving a story, about rescuing someone. And yeah, of course, like, were you scared? Of course I was, and I was afraid. I cashed in, and no one wants to die. Wouldn't have been braver of you if you hadn't been scared. Just stupidity. And what's good? But yeah, again, just interesting the type of rhetoric that he's giving, isn't it?
Right. And on the page before,
Yep.
that image of
The
him
demon.
in the soup,
Yep.
devilish looking, that is very good, like
Mhm.
imagery of it's kind of giving you that imagery metaphor of a person, you think comes in with a nice,
Yeah.
the niceness, to charm, but
Mhm.
their true reflection is that they are like the devil in
Monster.
disguise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, that is a very good imagery right here.
Love it. Love it. But yeah, so yeah, it's like, what's he, what are you scared of? I've been around, yes, but you can begin to imagine what I've seen. And he explains all the stuff that leads you up in the air of, is he this old? Is he talking metaphorically? All this stuff. So what scares me? Nothing. What scares me is that nothing scares me anymore. I'm speaking metaphorically, of course. Oh, I love this. And get out now. Before we've even gone to the plan. What an absurd. Cut the crap. Enough. You hear me? Enough. You're a murderer, a monster. I should pulp you here and now. Have fun explaining my mushed remains. And he's like, maybe I don't care. And if you didn't, you'd have done it by now. And you would have told your parents about your little reanimation stunt on their darling daughter by now. That's your problem, Linda. You care too much. Kill me and go ahead. Dad, you know you want to. That's the difference between us, Linda. And I know what I am. I embrace it. You know what you are and you aren't, and reject it. Stop talking like a fortune cookie. Who are you? What are you? Dinner you do. Sound spiffy, Fred. Where's Linda? Around, I'm sure. I really hate you. Good. Hate is better than love. Lovers can betray you. With enemies, you know where you stand.
Well, that is true.
I
I
do
mean,
love, again, showing the difference of how, or the body proportions and everything. When you see the transformations.
right.
See what I mean
Um,
by how they're going to start making it very clear?
clear. Yes.
Yep.
Maybe a little bit the exaggeration, but yeah, they are making the distinction clear, and just the dialogue and the tension here is very good.
Yeah, it really is. All right, Shirley MacLaine. Oh, please, too easy. She was in Postcard from the Edge of Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep was in The River Wild with Kevin Bacon. So there's 6 degrees.
I love pop culture references. It makes the characters feel so much more realistic,
Yep,
and you know, just having that vibe of what's it, realism, and that they know what's
yep.
trending of the now.
Yep. It's just so funny that 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon is still around here now. But yeah, around the time this book came out is when it really started.
Yeah. So those types of references I do appreciate in
Hmm.
comic books, because at least it kind of lets you know that the writer or someone is actually um
On
paying
the up and up.
attention. Yeah, they are cultured and paying attention to the trends.
But they are risking what's going to still be relevant years later. Like in this case, he got lucky. 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon still being done. Not as much of a constant game like you would do at the dinner table, but it's still something people do.
Right.
But I love that. Connect yourself to Kevin Bacon. I'm not an actor, but you are in a way, aren't you? acting one way when your true nature is another. I could say the same for you. Well, and for anyone really, we all have our public faces and private darker sides. And what do you think my darker side is? Oh, I don't think such things for anyone or anyone's business. Do you, Fred? I get enough of it on the job. Oh, come on, Buzz. I look at you and I feel like you know so much about me, like we connect on so many levels, and yet I know nothing about you. Oh, and don't bother, Linda. He'll probably say something outrageous again. Sylvia says that's how you are, Buzz. She knows me so well. I could tell you I'm a defrocked priest, a reformed serial killer, or here's one you'll love. A couple of years ago, years back, Lucifer closed up hell. All the demons, every damn soul cleared out. Most of them, the dummies, went into Earth, since that's where Lucifer went. But a handful trod the universe, and one became a businessman. He became an agent of chaos. Like on Get Smart? Smart? Yes, Sylvia. Just like. You see, stirring up trouble was in his nature. Now, he could do so while protecting his future. But as chaotic as he was, he needed an opposite, a force of order to oppose him, a heavenly being to balance his hellishness. Heavenly beings. You're talking about angels, my dear Linda. But you see, the demon, he had ties to humanity, for he was human once. So the angel needed ties to humanity as well. And whereas the demon, believe it or not, had a streak of good he fought to overcome, so did the glowing angel require a streak of evil. Am I the only one here who has no idea what any of you mean? Fire and brimstone theology, Fred. Kinda, and like the kind preached by the minister in Footloose, which, by the way, starred Kevin Bacon. So I guess you can connect me after all.
The demon and angel
Mhm.
yin and yang type comparison is another very neat connection.
Yep.
And again, the pop culture thing is so smoothly written. It's not something that is
Yeah.
just forced upon. It's just
Trying to
goes with
be
the
hip or
flow.
anything. It
Yeah,
actually feels natural.
yeah, right.
Uh, oh, I love it how he does the. He can't help it, Buzz, and neither can I, frankly. I'm a devout person, Buzz. I know you like to shock people, but you're seriously crossing a line here. Sylvia, I sincerely apologize. I was just spouting off. Why, if I said that Supergirl emerged with the body and soul of your daughter, you know I was kidding because of the absurdity of it. Well, same thing. But I should have been more considerate of your sensibilities. So, and again, but by the way, this is a prelude to her being the Earthborn angel,
Yeah.
which is what this run will be known for eventually. Do you seriously think I'll just let you leave here? You've killed God knows how many people, including Linda, sort of. You summon demons, you. Treat me as you will. It's your choice. Am I to believe that insane story that you're a demon and I'm an angel? Again, it's your choice. God did give you all free will, and boneheaded move that. Be aware, though, time is running out. Is that a threat? No, it's direct and dramatic imperative. And it's the man with the flan.
And again, going with the kind of like the religious,
Mhm.
metaphors and stuff, again, it flows naturally within the story. It's not anything like preachy or something that seems out of place and or would offend, the reader. It's just
Exactly.
it's a way of just describing the character and even their well, pun intended, of an your inner demons, or if you are a good-hearted person, So yeah, I like the way this is flowing together with their dialogue and just all of the interactions.
Yep. Oh, I love this. Which is where? No, which is. Oh, phew, of course. Does that look? He's like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." But yeah, we're just seeing again. He just continues on just being so scummy until he's like, hold on. What were you saying about a practical demonstration? Oh, that. Yes. This is Tempest, as in Tempest Fugit. Time flies and he does fly. As you see, he does many other things, other equally exciting things. This is the second act turning point. Things have to be resolved quickly, and because time has run out. And here we go into Gary Frank's last issue. As we first open up with that mysterious boy again, Wally. Again, we'll bet you find out who he is, but this is one of the long games ones. Again, this is something I miss when you had stuff like this where there's no set end. Like nowadays, even with Jeff John, it would be by the end of the 6th-issue arc you would know about it. But no, back in these days, because the run was the run, as in an ongoing, they would always have these. Sometimes they would wrap it up, other times they wouldn't, depending on when they got cut off the run.
Right. And yeah, these days, the way runs, go on, especially with the interest of the fans and the sales, they are so quick to cut off a run if it uh what 30K or something like that. So yeah, you don't know how long you're going to be on a run, and you have to have um, a storyline or a character introduction or something like that. It's either wrap it up in one issue, like a quick
Mm-hmm.
thing, or yeah, you only have 6 issues to tell your story because you don't know if beyond the first 6 issues you will be able to continue. I mean that is why they have many why a lot of the uh, newer books that DC is putting out are miniseries because
Mm-hmm.
they don't know if they are going to debut in a healthier, ranking or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they can't play the long game
Nope.
anymore. Um,
Here's what they used to do. They used to give contracts out, basically like for a whole year. The person would be on the book, so they knew they at least had that.
and even still, even with that, it's like the story that you have, you still have to shorten it. You still have to make sure that within that year because you don't know if you are going to even extend that. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, within that year, it's only 12 issues. You have 12 issues to tell a whole story. And sometimes, I mean, that works. And as I said, with writing fan fictions, that's different. You are
Mm-hmm.
on your own time and you can write a chapter or whatever as long as you want it to be. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, with having still that feel of you do have people waiting to read your your story, so you think of it as that way, and it's yeah. If you want the story to still be 12 chapters, it's still like let me put everything within it,
Yep.
and you treat every chapter as an issue. And
Yep.
yeah, sometimes it is to where I have to cut things out, or it
Or you
is
might leave some other things and be like, hey, am I going to get renewed? I am. Great. Now I can actually emphasize on this.
right. So I have done that. I
I
have
miss when
like,
they
hey,
did that. I miss
yeah,
when they did these contracts. I think they need to bring those back, doing it on a year by year basis.
yeah, that
Because I remember
is taken away.
Roger Stern once said that in an interview. That's what he feels gave some creators this confidence, this safety net, net where they know I'm at least insured for 12 issues, at least.
Yeah, and that really helps your story when you have a set beginning, middle, and end,
Mm-hmm.
for at least for a year. Yeah, you do um at least create an overview or something that's just your main point. What are you trying to say? Instead of,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I'm thinking that I'm going a lot of these writers say I'm going to be on this book for 50 to 100 issues, like
I
with
am.
Tom King. Tom King thinks he thought he was going to be on Batman for 100 issues, and
Yep.
his
Other factors
story,
came into it. Yeah.
right, his story, first of all, he likes to drag out so much,
Mm-hmm.
and so that takes up the however number of issues going into the 100. And then, yeah, because of the other factors, his run was cut short. Yeah, he had the Batcat miniseries, but that's still, even with those 12 issues, it was like he did not tell a completed story. It
Right.
was kind of pointless. So, yeah, when you have a set contract, it does have the writer obligated to just make your point. you
Make
know?
a point, but again, it's a safety net. It's where they
Yeah,
feel comfortable that they can at least get as much as they can.
right.
But yeah, so we have Wally with his grandpa. He's running out to hang out with his friends. Meanwhile, this is all my fault. I sat here hesitating to make a move as Buzz sat now 5 feet away, eating dinner, calm as you please, and I was afraid of blowing my identity. I should have ripped him to shreds, and Mom and Dad have paid for my mistake. So yeah, like Tempest looks familiar. No time to think about it. Let me double check on this Tempest guy just a second. So Tempest. Uh,
So I guess Aqualad like didn't have his name at this
no,
point.
no, no. Wait. What do you mean?
Isn't uh Aqualad
Oh, no,
isn't
that's Tempest. That's Tempest.
okay.
And this guy's just a one-off villain. This is just a one-off villain.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's Tempest, not Temp Us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
big
see.
difference. Dad, you okay? I'm fine. I'll get 911 on the phone. You see to your mother. What happened? And Buzz, who? He's a bad man, Mom. One of the worst. I don't understand. I'm usually such a good judge of people. How could I have been so wrong? Ambulance on the way. Dad, I'm going after Buzz. After him, what are you? I can't let him get away, and you're not in any shape to run after him. Linda, the man's nuts. You can't nab him on your own. I swear I won't. I'll just follow him. And the second I see a cop or Supergirl, I'll point him out and let them do the rest. And he and that other lunatic wreck the house. I can't let the bad guy get away. Wonder who you got that from. For God's sake, be careful. I love you. I love you too, Daddy. Aw, and look at that smile on him. He's like, that's my girl.
Yeah, very proud. That is beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful character development from him being a little edgy the last time
Yep.
we read him to now he's softening up a little bit.
Yep. Because he's saying something that's one, what he would want to hear her say, but two, also that he can tell she means it. It's not like
Right,
she's making things up.
right.
But yep. Oh, but then of course, you're in a good mood, Cutter. Graduate the Homer Simpson School of Dance, did you? This is my mail the final payment dance. On what? That clunk of a car? Nope. My final alimony payment to my ex. Oh boy, having to deal with stuff with alimony. I guess he's older than he looks then. But agreement's finished. Finito. And good riddance to Miss Martinez. I didn't even know you had an ex. There's a lot about me you don't know, Stacy. Now that I can actually afford a socialite, want to go? Now I remember why I don't date much women. Women scream in horror. You would too. Ow!
Wow. The banter between these characters is very good. It's not try hard or anything like that. It's just like you're reading real people.
Yep. Although that screech is a little bit over the top.
Yeah, I mean it's comic book. They are gonna have a little bit of over the topness, but it's not something that just takes you out the story.
That's true. That is very true. Hold on one second. All right. But no, I mean I get what you mean. But yeah. They heard about the daughter, right? My God, I'm on it. Hang on over there. But yeah, we want her. We want the promise kept. If you default, I said I won't, all right? And don't bleeding threaten me. I said you'd have her, and I meant it. Your tone doesn't match the certainty of your words. You do not have feelings for her, do you? Don't be idiotic and sod off and let me do the job. Very well. Buzz, what happened? Don't ask questions. I've worked too hard to see it all fall apart. Maddie should be at the hospital about now. That's obviously the next. Huh? Tempest? Nail that annoying-looking child. I don't like the cut of his jib. Whack! Bloody hell! Oh, and look at that artwork on Supergirl. She is pissed.
Yes, that good artwork.
Yep, he's down there. He's down there somewhere. The monster I've suffered to live. And others have suffered because of it. He's dead. So help me God, he's dead. I don't want to be Supergirl anymore. Supergirl let me live. I don't know why I did, but I did, and I shouldn't have. To hell with Supergirl. Supergirl died with the Danverses. I'm Linda Danvers. Linda who died in the flames, reborn in flame. I know evil. I was evil. I know that the only thing that evil understands, punishment and death. Oh boy. So I mean, Linda's just now having a burst coming through.
She's definitely having like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, or Hulk type personality change.
Kinda,
And
yeah.
it's really coming out because of her emotional rage, and I like that. I like that it's not even if she is very self-aware that she was a bad person, it's still a character work on her emotions.
And who better to handle all this than Peter David, who worked on the Hulk?
That's true. That's true.
Yep. But yeah, sorry, darling. You're his harbinger, his messenger. Well, now you're going to bring a message back to him. Hey, you don't have to memorize it, you creeping sack of slime, because your shredded corpse will be message enough. Fire, fury. I like that. You caught me once, not again. Time heals all wounds, but not this time, and not these wounds. He cut me twice. He shouldn't have been able to do that. He slices through my side defense as if they're not even there. Was it against my will, or did I allow it? As if I needed the final pain to drive me forward, to do what my soul screams to do. Screams with the pain of loss, the fury of vengeance, denied but demanded. Yes, and his cloud surrounds me as I see the world as it truly is. Linda died. Supergirl died with Linda. Instead of saving her, we're burning together. It's all been a joke, a sick cosmic joke. I understand the world now. It makes so much sense. It's all sickness and depravity wherever you look. That's all, and that's the reality of it. All it takes is the guts to see it in that way, and that's what Supergirl provided. The bravery to meet the world on its twisted level. We look to the sky, look to the super beings to give us hope. But at the end of life, we sink beneath the earth, and God and his heroes laugh down at us all because God is insane and he made us in his own image. No, you're wrong. I was wrong. I've seen the world through your eyes, seen so much, seen what you aspire to, what humanity aspires to. God, Supergirl, you thought you weren't human. You're the most human creature I've ever met. You've learned. I've learned it doesn't mean anything. I sacrifice and people die. I show mercy and people die. Love begets hate. Trust begets betrayal. No more. It ends here. It ends here. No more mercy. No mercy. Because now they die for their sins. I'll leave their bodies in ruin and let God worry about their souls. She's almost there. She's almost ready. Are you happy now? Are you finally happy? Tampering with a creature like that. It's like painting a mustache on the Mona Lisa. You'll have your angel, Dark Lord, and I hope you choke on her. Keep back. You sound afraid, Tempest. Good. Keep back, God. Keep back. After what you've done, you asked for God's help? How dare you? That's it, Linda. That's my girl. I saw the potential in you the moment we met. You too, Supergirl. I knew that you would make the perfect team. You just needed a meeting of minds. Kill him, lover. Do him. Finish the dance and leave with the partner what brung you. Don't let him stop you. Don't let what you once were, what you once aspired to be. Don't let that stop you either. Don't let me stop you, Supergirl. Don't, Supergirl. Don't. And I feel stronger and stronger, drawing power from all around me, and he's helpless before me. There will be justice, vengeance for. Is that what you want, Angel? When all said and done, It's my way, sure. It was Linda's way, except maybe it's not anymore, which makes you the swing vote, as in whether you swing that fist or not. Do you make Linda's way yours or yours way's her? Here and now, Angel, you'll finally truly become one. The only question is, one what? Uh, you idiot! We had her! We had her! She merely had to kill our Poxy and she would have been ours! Her potential, her untapped power, all ours! You promised us, Buzz! You promised, and you will pay! Wait, we can work something else out! He's torn away, and I should feel nothing but relief. Joy. He's getting what's coming to him, whatever that is. Punishment beyond anything I can inflict. But there has to be more than that. There has to be understanding, and I have to save him. I have to understand. Why? Why? I'm clean out of answers, Angel Love. Sometimes you have to take things on face. Ring. Huh? Dick Malvern, of course. He was Tempest, enthralled to Buzz. But how do we get in my apartment? All right, I'm coming. Jeez. Hello? Dad? Linda, you're still there? I thought we were having dinner tonight. All right. Are you and Mom okay? Of course we're okay. Yes, the house too. What kind of question is? Yeah, I guess we can make it another night. Sure. I'll tell you. And Sylvia. So basically everything got undone. Apparently by that kid, Wally.
Wow.
Oh,
So I'm
look.
definitely curious to know who he is.
Gary Frank, thanks for the support.
That is a very nice detail.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Very creative too.
So apparently Buzz snapped out of it.
Yeah.
Remember, because even earlier it was implied there was still a bit of good.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly something about him didn't want someone like Supergirl to change. And notice also with Linda, she was even trying to say, don't. I mean, I gotta say, this is both interesting, but it also feels a little rushed. Just a little.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, they are still they give you this sense that they all have a consciousness,
Mm-hmm.
that they are flawed characters.
Mm-hmm.
They have evilness within them, some type of darkness within, but at the same time, they have a conscience somewhere. It's
Yep.
just you have to fight to get it out.
I know. And it does lead you to questions of why?
Right. Which
That, I think,
believe,
is what makes it more interesting. You're
yeah,
wondering why, and you want to know why.
right.
And you're hoping he'll come back so you can get a proper answer of why. It's not too much of a BS,
Yeah.
But yeah, so now this is just a quick annual I'll breeze through. This is
Mhm.
just a mostly because Peter David didn't write any of these. This was when they did these
Oh,
Legends on the Dead Earth annuals, which are just possible futures, nothing more.
mhm.
But since again Peter David didn't work on any of these, I'm just going to show off the artwork here. Like interesting artwork all around.
I mean, any annuals, I don't approve. I'm okay with the way they do annuals now a little bit,
Mhm.
but I just feel like they are supposed to be kind of like out of continuity or just those side stories
Right,
where it's not so much as a fill in the blank type thing
right.
or a continuation of the main story. This is supposed to be something that's a little fun that
Yep.
you don't have to necessarily pick up the main book just to
Oh
understand
yeah.
what's happening in the annual. So I do appreciate that structure that
Mm-hmm.
they are also with the annuals. They are able to showcase different artwork or
Yep.
different writers. So yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. And like I said, this is a case where it's in this particular case, this was a scene they did again called Legends of the Dead Earth. And some writers actually did utilize these to set up stuff later on. Like Shazam, Power of Shazam utilized that for something towards the end of their run. Here,
Hmm.
though, as you can guess, again, no. Probably because Peter David was too early in his run for him to think of anything. But yeah. Now this is where we have Leonard Kirk taking over, and he would be the main artist for a lot of the book.
Okay.
It's after us. I know it's after us. Clip, will you come on? Don't stand around. Let's get out of here. Just take it easy, Dick. Where am I dead in heaven? Hardly. This is my place. Linda Danvers? Yep. We have a date or something that went, really well? Nope. What do you remember? A lot of noise and coldness and in your face, looking down from somewhere. And that's all. Thank God. He doesn't remember what Buzz did to him, making him into Tempest. None of it. I'm hazy on what happened myself. Should I bring you to a hospital? Hate hospitals. All those germs floating around. Besides, I feel like I have a quick nap. I'll be as good as new. Okay, fine. I think you're good luck for me, Linda. I think the good Lord put you on earth to be my guardian angel. Such fat and flattery, Mr. and Malvern. And I do believe I'm having an attack of the vapors. Oop. Take a nap. Wow. Southern hospitality. Compared to Dick Malvern, Lex Luthor's kissed like a dead trout.
Wow. I'll say that the art change,
Mhm.
you can tell, but at the same time, they still try to stay a little bit consistent.
Yes.
The way some of these books have a drastic change of the art
Hmm.
is very jarring, especially
Oh,
within
yeah.
collection. So at least they try to have the other artists,
Hmm.
at least similar to
Exactly.
Gary.
Yep. Oh, now we're on trial for that store owner who shot and killed her brother. Um,
Hmm.
Sentenced to psychological observation, subject to review 1 year from today. An observation? That's it? That lowlife killed my brother. Miss Hercard, I know this is a very emotional time for you, but you will not address the court in that manner or you'll be held in contempt. He killed my brother. Mr. McCaffrey was found to not be in his right state of mind, Miss Hera. He's not the only one. One more word, Miss Hercard. Just one. Any word will do. We're just leaving, your worship, your highness. Bye. I swear, miss. I'm sorry, miss. I swear I am. I barely remember. I'm sorry I killed your brother. I swear to God. Then sit down. This isn't helping. Maddie, let's get out of here. There without a scene, okay? Don't manhandle me sharp, and don't you touch me. How dare you drag me out of there? It was for your own good, and your own stupid good. I kept your butt out of jail. Me and PJ, we were all each other and had since we were 13. Everything I accomplished was because of him, working to help me. And now he's gone. And his murderer, I said, get your hands off. Cripes, he's up, okay, Maddie? Look, when the sun went out, lots of people went nuts when that happened. Didn't you? I, look, want to go out tonight? You gotta be kidding me. Be kidding. I just belched at you for crying out loud. I know. Reminds me of my ex. Besides, I'm not talking candlelight and violin. I'm supposed to review some new comedian, Andy Jones, for my paper. I got 4 comps. Bring Linda and another friend if you want. Or don't. Okay, fine. I'm in. Crazy end to a crazy day. But I'll meet you there. No pickup. Fine. And Cutter, no funny stuff. At a comedy club? For heaven forbid. I'm sorry, Maddie. I should have been with you at the court today. I got the dates mixed up. You poor kid. It's okay. I'm dealing with it. Thanks for letting me come over. Hey, meet Costa, Is there anything I can do for you? Well, there's one. There is. You got plans for tonight? Nothing I can't get out of. What's on the burner? I got a date, and you're cordially invited. Heck, if you can dig up a date yourself, he's welcome. Sure, okay. Who's your date? Well, don't scream, but it's Cutter. Eee! Okay, that seems to be a bit of a joke. The screaming at him.
Yeah.
Yep, but hey, is that who I think it is? It's so long. And it is. Linda, show us what you got, girl. Do it. It's not like I need the helmet and pad, but I'd like to set a good example. And man, I believe a girl can fly. Linda, now that you're boarding again, you got to join our club. Sorry, guys, I've always been a loner. But
I love that. Think a girl could fly. That's
mhm,
definitely an homage to Superman. He
obviously,
Superman can fly, and
yeah.
also the little subtle be responsible to wear the helmet and pads because at that time, that
Oh
is
yeah.
something that characters in whether it is in books or on TV, cartoons, they would have, and especially during this time where comics are still being read
Hmm.
by kids. And now it's more adult, so of course you're not going to have those little small moments like that. But very self-aware, or aware that kids are still reading, and at that time, I'm sure skateboards were a thing.
Yep, they
So,
were.
um, so yeah, kids wearing helmets and pads, they wanted to put that
Make
out there.
sure, but without being too in your face about it. Just a quick,
Right,
like, I want to make a good example. But I
right.
love this. You seen back up the form? Yep. Guess your bed has healing qualities. Woo! Now y'all get your minds out and out of the gutter. So, Linda, care to go out sometime? Dick, I don't know. Who is this goofball? He's not a goofball, Jimmy. He's kind of sweet, really. Oh, sure, real sweet. But you wouldn't be caught dead with him. How about tonight? Double date. Pick me up at 7. Say, I'll be there with bells on. Linda has a boyfriend. Oh, boy. Up, we see then meeting up with the Reverend, of course. Reverend, do you believe that there's a next life and a reward there? Well, Sylvia, the Bible tells us, not the Bible. I mean, you, Reverend. Do you believe there's an afterlife? Yes, I do. But why don't you tell me what's really on your mind? I'm concerned that I've been so certain of the life to come that I'm shortchanging myself in this one. How do you mean? Well, tell me more about about my studying for the ministry. I I just heard a honk. Probably him. Now, please don't make fun of his car, okay? I just don't want to hurt his feelings. Jeez, Dick, what the hell is that? My Rolls Royce. What? Didn't you believe my bumper sticker? You must be Maddie. Linda told me all about you. So, shall we away? Hey, Linda, I'll try not to hurt his feelings. Dick, would you mind telling me how you can afford a Rolls? I can't. You said you saw the car I can afford. This one's a gift for my folks. They can afford it. Old Southern money. They're loaded. I could have been loaded too if I joined the family business, but I wanted to do my own thing. Oh, that old stuff. Sorry.
That is funny. Either he was definitely cut off,
Yep. Well, they're so
or
oddly kind enough to let him borrow it.
yeah, but it's kind of like that's very much a short leash. That's the least that a parent, would do. But at the same time, if your kid is cut off, then yeah, you make up that, oh, I wanted to do my own thing,
Well, he says that
And
right here.
sometimes
Oh, wait, wait. He said right here. How are you on your own if you accept this extravagant gift? I'm independent, but I'm not stupid. I think that answered your question, what you're about to say.
yes, it did. Definitely.
I'm independent, but I'm not stupid. Okay, so in other words, he is on good terms. It's more of a case of like, okay, guys, let me do my own thing. So it was his choice. They're not the type who hold it against him, clearly.
Well, that's good. You need like more examples like that because the cliche is always, the spoiled kid that is cut off and trying to basically like
Hmm.
have this facade that, oh, I'm just trying to be independent, or this, but you're
Yeah,
you're actually like on bad terms with your parents. So at
exactly.
least this is a good example of, yes, independent, but if I need something, I can go to my parents and ask.
Yep, and as he says here, like, bottom line, I barely got two nickels to rub together. But if I fail, it's my failure. And if I succeed, it's my success. I like
That
him.
is, yeah,
I definitely like Dick.
right.
But yep, they're at the funny bone. But yeah, they're meeting up, and there's a picture of Wally. Hmm. Uh, Andy Jones. Oop. He didn't know it was a chick. Like, hi, how you doing tonight? I'm Andy Jones, working on my stand-up career. Figured I've been practicing for it. You see, I had a marriage that was a joke, so I figured I might as well get paid for it. Wendell, my ex, he was a self-made man, which shows the dangers of unskilled labor. He said to me, Andy, why don't we have pet names for each other? I said, pet names? What? Not enough you have fleas and go on the carpet? But I gave up and gave in until he started chasing cats. Not that it bothered me, but Mr. Katz will never speak to me again. Uh,
Wow. That was honestly the most very
Mhm.
centered joke.
Oh, but
Very
sure enough, that's his ex.
wow.
He even says, "Can we? I don't believe it. Can we get a spotlight over there, table 3? Hey, folks, it's my ex-husband, Wendell. Wendell, wave to the crowd."
Well, that's embarrassing.
But Wendell, it was good enough for and Wilkie, okay? Now drop it. Why did you guys break up, if you don't mind my asking? She decided I just wasn't what she wanted, okay? Okay, Wendell. Well, autograph seekers. How the hell are you, Wendell? I've had better days, folks. And folks, this is Andrea Martinez. And calling herself Andy Jones for some god unknown reason. This is Dick Melbourne, Betty Harcourt, and Linda Danvers. Charm. So did you like the show, Maddie, Linda? It was hysterical. Practically the stuff about of course, we know you were exaggerating the stuff about Cutter for humorous effect. Cutter, what are you, a barber now? Very funny. You should try being a comedian. Okay, so we can definitely see there's not bad blood between them. Again, avoiding the cliches.
Right. That's good. You have, I mean, yeah, you have the melodrama, the soap
Mm-hmm.
opera type thing. You do fall into those cliches, but this, it's just a natural flow of things and it doesn't drag out.
And
It's
explains why the alimony was already paid off for. No kids.
yeah. Well, yeah, that definitely would have been a bad divorce
That
if
would have
it
been an
if he
ongoing. That would have been ongoing if there was a kid involved. But if there's no
right.
kid, that explains why it was a short term.
Right. But yeah, I am definitely enjoying just the characters and again,
Yeah, I
you
miss
don't
this. I
have
miss these
yeah,
days. I
definitely.
miss
You
these
don't
days.
have characters like this where they build upon it's not just having the main character revolve around their supporting cast. It's the
Like
supporting
searching
cast,
someone.
yeah, it's the supporting cast revolving around the main character and you are equally invested and
Mm-hmm.
you just like you want to follow the supporting cast as well.
And
And
and they're not using these characters to be
mouthpiece.
a mouthpiece or a straw man.
Yeah, it's just them having casual conversations that anyone normally would have. And
Mm-hmm.
they actually advance the plot
Exactly.
in a more positive way. And again, I love the banter and
Yeah.
just everything is flowing nicely. Yeah,
Yep.
you don't have this in, modern comics. They want, you know, their original characters basically
Mm-hmm.
for royalties. They're not looking to advance the story or the main character. They just want that, um, whether it's shock value or royalties.
And that's also the problem with why you don't get many normie characters anymore. You just get
Right.
super characters or people who are part of the super community. I miss these days where you can actually have a life around the normal life.
Again, a lot of these writers do not know how to balance that type of life. It feels like you have to choose one over the other, except for
Yeah,
having that balance, And yeah,
exactly.
that pretty much cut off it seems like within the early 2000s, it just became too much. And writers
Yeah.
honestly, they don't want to think too far. They don't want to think
Nope.
in that complex way. They don't
They want
even
the
want
power fantasy.
right. They don't even want the main character to be that complex. They want them to be very straightforward in the most diluted way, and just like I said, you're
Oh,
stripping away so much.
by the way, look who showed up. Silver Banshee.
Now, this is where she actually stays bad, right? Because
Yes, yes. They have not been doing the whole going back and forth. Just like how it is when Banshee's evil, Clayface is evil, all of
yeah,
that.
I want
Not that I'm against that. I actually thought some of the characters they have trying to be good. Like in the case of Banshee, it all depends on the host.
right. Trying to have every villain now go the Harley Quinn route with being, an anti-hero, or,
Right.
something like that, or sympathetic. I don't really care for that. Even with
True.
Rucka trying to do Cheetah that
Hmm.
way for Rebirth, it's like, no.
To be
How
fair,
Cheetah,
some of that came from Jeff Johns doing that with Black Adam and Sinestro, though. But
that's true.
but you gotta look at it this way. Like in the case of Sinestro, let's look at it this way. Sinestro was once the greatest of the Green Lanterns, meaning he
Right.
had to have been selected by the Guardians, which means he had to have been a good man. Unless the Guardians were absolutely rock stupid, which while yes they can be, there had and the way he was portrayed for the longest time, being just pure unabrasive evil and no one saying any good about him made no sense. So Jeff was just simply looking at it. It's same with Black Adam. In a lot of versions, Black Adam, even if there had been some good to him to a point for him to even get the abilities, or even for his nephew or son or whichever version you go with, sharing it with him.
Yeah,
There had
those
been
make sense.
some good there.
Right. Those make sense to make sense of why they turned evil, and or they are stuck in a gray area. But
Yeah.
with Cheetah,
Well,
that's a total different thing because
well,
it,
again, Cheetah is up in the air because some versions have it to be she and Barbara were close as friends.
well, that's the thing. She was close with Diana as a manipulative tactic. She wasn't
True,
truly Diana's friend. She was pretending to get close to her, and
true.
then so their friendship wasn't really real. And
Yeah, yeah, that's a good
Barbara is the
point.
one who the cheetah, the spirit of the cheetah, was actually corrupted by Minerva. That is the point of Cheetah. But to
Okay, that's a
make
good
her
point.
yeah, to make her now sympathetic, as in the cheetah, now cursed her, I don't really like that because it
True.
it takes away so much, and that is the tragedy of it, is that
Hmm.
Diana, she believes that even if Minerva was manipulating her and pretending to be her friend, Diana has to face that reality. But
Hmm.
she, as herself, and with the heart that she has, she wants to try to fight for redemption. That is a story. But when you try to make it seem like, oh, she was just cursed and she's a
Yeah,
victim, um, while yeah, that does work in some sort of aspect, it still just strips so much of that complexity
that's
away.
true. But here's something else though, Mr. Freeze. I have to say, I prefer the whole him being so sympathetic from the anime series well more than I do him just being the stereotypical, oh, I'm a cold theme villain, especially when you have dozens of other cold theme villains in the DC universe.
Yeah. And I mean, with him at least having like this uh, obsession more with his wife,
Hmm.
you know,
Exactly.
that gives
And
him,
Clayface, even. That's another one where the anime series, well, one, Matt Hagen didn't have much. The original Matt Hagen didn't have much of a character. Basil was, and that's the thing though. Tinian gave Basil the Matt Hagen origin from the anime series, which again, perfectly sympathetic. I hated when the anime series made him completely monstrous. It just felt like, what, do you not want sympathy in your villains?
yeah, some be pure evil. Like
Yeah.
you need that. But it's
But
just
stay the course. Stay the course. Don't
yeah, it's
decide, oh, I'm going to make him pure evil for the heck of it. Because when he, again, he started off such a good villain.
right.
Sorry,
Um,
sorry.
oh no, you're good. Yeah, so if you just if the backstory basically calls for them to have
Mhm.
sympathy, you go with that. And
Yeah,
it just has to make sense with their backstory.
exactly. That's why I say it was like, again, like, for example, Livewire. Livewire, they actually went out of their way, like, right after she was introduced. You had Kurt Busiek then have her appear in another story where she actually did some good to help Superman. And eventually, what few appearances she had one other appearance which she was still being completely evil, but she had another one that actually had to be, she does actually get redeemed. So it already showed, and that was before Flashpoint. So when they've tried to make her good and Williamson stuff, that's just continuing with what left off. And in the case of Silver Banshee, again, she's had different hosts that have got brought on a different side of her.
Yeah. Well, if you have different hosts, then that definitely makes sense of
Yeah,
why you would have some sympathy, a level of sympathy at some point.
exactly. I mean, granted, I think in the case of Silver Banshee, they decided that would be Shibone or Shiobon, or whatever you say her name, is a good person. It's the Banshee side that can corrupt her, which again, there is some stuff for that, where especially when you ever be the Banshee, would jump around to different people and take over. So there is, and I don't even know if Shiobon was ever evil or not. I'm not sure on that.
It doesn't seem so.
Yep. Ooh, Silver Banshee. She wants your soul. Look at that cover.
Very nice.
Yep. Oh, this is Greg Land before he was a tracer.
Oh.
Yep.
I've seen the controversy around his art and I'm like, oh wow. I didn't
Yep.
know this is good art, I would say, but the I'm very surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have thought that this was Greg Land.
Yep. Because again, this was back before he did tracing. Now, some of them, like here, what kind of angling is that?
Right. It looks like they are about to hug or something. It's not
Yep. But it's made clear her head is on the other side.
right.
It looks more like Banshee's about to go right into the hair.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? Like she's going to go into that side hair that's on the shoulder.
Yeah.
But yeah, fine. Have a nice day. Hey, goodbye. Goodbye. Where do you think you're going? Why I'm leaving. Why do you? Oh, of course. I should give you some sort of reward or something. Okay, I come from a rich clan, very rich. Damn, I have nothing on me at all. Well, my name is Siobhan McDougal, and I promise you'll be well compensated. She kisses my knuckle and then hugs me in appreciation. She feels cold as death, no warmth at all. Then it hits me. She's gone crazy. After all the torment of hell she suffered, the loss that suffered, she's lost touch with who and what she is. Wait, what is this river thing? That's let me think. Oh yes, it's a chaos flow, a river of anarchy, a tributary that runs off the river Styx. Has it always been here? I doubt it. They tend to spring up when chaotic forces try to influence the place. A channel divert off the Styx and rerouted through the chosen area. Happens a lot. You always hear of horrible crimes occurring in some small town, and everyone says that sort of thing never used to happen here. Chances are a chaos flow has developed under the town. How do I cut it off? You can't. Like any river, it has to run its course. Could take days, years, anything's possible with a chaos flow. Huh? Oh, well. Now, Sharp, Wendell Sharp, oh, for crying out loud, who let her in? You creep, you trash, and your review trashed my act. You never could handle criticism, Andy. Oh, like you could, like on our honeymoon. Hey, those boxes were a gift from my mom. Oh, really, Wendell? Tell us more, stud. Go chase a deadline, you bunch of hacks. It's like, you didn't have to say that, Cutter.
Wow.
Uh,
The taunting is so it's not mean spirited. It's just very good ribbing.
mm-hmm. Yep. And she just gets on the desk. Damn well my jokes killed last night. You only knocked them because they were about you. Whatever happened to journalistic impartiality? Whatever happened to privacy, huh? Okay, fine. I'm getting great word of mouth, so who cares about you? The best revenge is living well. No, the best revenge is a bullet in the brain. So you still spending today with Linda? Give it up, Andy. Believe me, you and she have less than nothing in common. Oh yeah? I bet we do. Tell you what, if we don't hit it off today, I'll drop the jokes about you. And if things do work out, you write me a new rave review. Put up a friend's personal life as a wager? That's a bet. Damn, I was hoping socializing last night would help calm me down, but I still got so much anger about PJ's murder, and I don't know what to do with it. I need closure. Oh man, crash. Well, Maddie Harcourt. Why am I not surprised? Mr. Danvers, fancy running into you here. First speeding and now this. But it wasn't my fault. I was distracted. I wasn't watching the road. This gets better and better. Oh, forget it. Hello, ladies. I know I don't have an appointment, but could you make me beautiful? Pull the hell and meet Lord Satanus.
Oh wow, that is a very overdramatic design.
Yeah, but it's an old school one too.
Very old school. It reminds me of something from He-Man or something.
Oh, I love this. Once, Linda, you would have come here on merit. Oh!
Wow. That was a good subtle jab there.
Yeah.
Or not so subtle.
But Supergirl saved you from me, just as you saved her from oblivion. Despite her human appearance, or the mind imprint from another universe's Lana Lang, or her attempts at emotion, she was still a simulacrum until you came along. But I brought you here to address another problem. Namely, you released Silver Banshee, you celestial twit. She was in prison for a reason. Then why was she left where someone could free her? Why did God leave the tree of knowledge where Adam and Eve could get it and get at it instead of building a moat around it? The temptation will always be provided. That is the way of things. But you don't have to give in to it. It wasn't temptation. I just didn't know. You plead ignorance. So much for the tree of knowledge. Silver Banshee is insane. She does not see herself as she truly is. Her form remained in stasis while she was imprisoned in the limbo of her cage. But now that she's out and about, her body will deteriorate rapidly. Sooner or later, her memory will piece the veil of her madness, and you likely can't stop her, Blue Angel. She will likely seek a new body. She can't possess yours, for you are one of the three chosen one, and your form will repulse her. So how do I protect others from her? You're a guardian angel. Guard them! Go now, while I remain here to deal with one damn thing after another. Yeah, this is back when Lord Satanus was the ruler of hell. So it's basically like Lucifer giving her demands.
Wow. Again, I love the sort of religious type metaphors in here.
Yep.
And
the temptation and everything.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's mostly of giving a life lesson than being preachy.
Yeah, exactly. But I love this. Then he talks about how he got rear-ended, but then asks why it's the Reverend there. Well, Sylvia wanted to discuss the requirement of her interest in the ministry. If the office is frequently busy, we thought we'd meet here for brunch. And her what? Sylvia, you didn't tell him? Oh dear. So that's more like it. It's exactly the look I was going for. You girls have worked wonders. Why, I can't recall the last time I looked this good. Okay, lady, come with us. Jeez, the stench from her. Come with you? I'm sorry, that's not possible. I've got shopping to do. So get out of my way. See what I mean? How even back then, there was still some bits of Silver Banshee that you could say, well, you could see why she could be good.
Right.
Because, yeah, she's not evil here.
No, she definitely had that womanly mentality.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, how did I get so strong? I must have taken self-defense classes or something. Yes, that must be it. See, all mysteries are easy solved with a little thought. What I saw in Satan's realm, it already seems to be evaporating in my mind, like morning mist confronting the sunlight. Oh, she's trying on different outfits. Yeah, and and open fire. I feel sick. It's an execution. She's Lissel Terrell, and we've got our orders. Do it. Oh,
Well, actually,
ah!
that wow,
Now
that
they're
kind of
doing it because
reminded
they're
me.
aware of what she can do from Metropolis.
Right, that honestly kind of reminded me of an um an anime clip that haunted me as a child.
Hmm.
um, but yeah, that it is very sad and traumatic.
Right, but at the same time, they know how dangerous she is. They just don't know that she wasn't in her lethal mindset till now.
Right. I'm pretty sure now with seeing this, if because anime, manga,
Hmm.
and Western comics, they piggyback off of each other. So I wouldn't be surprised if this
Hmm.
um image of Banshee getting shot, because it's the same exact thing happened
Yeah,
within the anime. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was an
maybe he traced
inspiration.
it.
Yeah, for well, not it was an anime, so it was animated. But
True.
yeah, it was an android, a female android instead of
Ugh.
course. So yeah, I definitely think that that was inspiration, unless they just had the same mind. But the anime was definitely after this, so like I said,
Hmm.
it reminded me of that. It traumatized me, and so
Right.
seeing this definitely traumatizing.
Oh
But
boy, look,
it's
she's just
very sad.
wailing on her. You imposter. I fought Superman. You're just a pale imitation. I wouldn't be calling anyone else pale if I were you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's come to this. You don't understand. I was beautiful once, more beautiful than you, more human than you, and any of your superpowered brethren. I never intended to be this. Don't don't try to get up, Jess. I started out one thing, became another. You can't possibly understand what I'm feeling. Yes, yes, I can. Rest now. Everything's going to be all right. Yes, yes, it will be all right. For I sense a kindred spirit, and I am whole once more. Uh oh! She took over Maddie!
Oh, wow.
Oh dear. So there's the other side of it, of the covers.
Oh, I love that. I love that
Yep,
connecting cover light.
yep. Nice. Yep. Mother, what's the matter, wee darling? Not the dream again. It was monsters, mommy. Monsters in the dark. They're gonna get me. Shh, Shioban. Shh. Nothing will hurt you, wee darling. Not while I'm here. There's no monsters anywhere. Maddie, listen to me. I'm trying to get through to you. Maddie, can you hear me? Of course I can hear you, idiot. I'm evil. I'm not deaf. No, you're not evil, Maddie. Neither is Silver Banshee. Not really. She's terrified, frightened, desperate. You pucking Pollyanna. Hey, Terrell, Supergirl says I'm not evil. Boy, that weird Banshee, considering that she killed me, I'd hardly call her altruistic, huh? Put him down and knock off the sick ventriloquist gag, okay? Maddie, there's good in every human creature. The potential is always there too. Open your eyes for pity's sake. Does the S stand for sap? There's such a thing as genuine evil. You can rationalize the behavior all you want, but with some people, it's just not worth the effort. The fact is, good people die at the hands of bad people. Racists, murderers, serial killers. The further one falls, the greater the redemption. Meaning what? What is that someone who's lived a pure and lived pure is less noble than a lifelong creep who does something heroic at the last second? Redemption? Ha! You've seen too many Star Wars movies. Ah, look, company. Oh God, it's Dad. Of course it's Dad. I gotta say, I do like how we're seeing because of Maddie wearing the the band and everything. we see that it
Mm-hmm.
jumped over, and that's how we know.
Yeah.
And it's the only color.
Oh,
You know now, right? It's the only color there.
yes. Hmm.
Yep.
Those little details you do have to pay attention to, and it gives more of even the art is telling more of the story and just going with the flow of the writer. Again, we don't have this kind of thing within the modern, you know, comics
Hmm.
because even with the back and forth of the writer and the artist, sometimes they don't convey specifically what the writer is trying to convey. So it's such a disconnect with the
Hmm.
art and the writing.
Yep.
Um, the art can elevate very screwed up writing, or the writing is good, but the art is just,
I've seen that so many times. Like
not so
there
good.
was when Marv Wolfman did a Raven miniseries, and he had an artist on there who did a very manga-like art style, and nothing bad against it on his own, but for Raven, it just didn't work.
Right. I wouldn't say that Raven goes for the manga style.
I know.
She's that is a character that you have to do like dark, that sort of
Yeah,
um
exactly.
art style, especially with the more magic trigon darkness. So yeah.
Exactly. Hold on. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Here we go. See what I mean here?
Yeah, no, that I
So this
wouldn't
is
even say.
this is Damian Scott. This is the guy who who drew the very first Cassandra Cain Batgirl series. So
Yeah,
we
I can
know he's
see
a
that
good
for
artist, but
yeah, I can see that for Cassandra, but for Raven, no, that
no.
doesn't work.
Good cover, but yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I mean by good writing. It was really good writing, but the artwork just was like, no. I don't know why they paired him up with Scott. Again, not bad artwork, just but yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, we see that of course Cutter with Andy. Maybe she's got something better to do. Andy, anything better. Cutter, what are you doing here? Trying to make a photo record of your blossoming friendship and unquestionable disastrous relationship with Linda. Unless you want to call off the bet, just mind your own business. And don't you have enough to think about? Then think about this. Ah! Oh, stop whining. I've been standing for 20 minutes. The coffee's ice cold. Right on the crotch. Hey, nice bat. Thanks. Now please get out of the way. Hey, the fight moved a few blocks over, and I want to keep up with. We could use another bat. Yeah, give it to us. Stop! Do! God, please don't. God, no, please. Okay, but only because you said please. Have a nice day. Uh, okay. You want me to tell you what the whole point with Wally is?
Are we gonna get any closer to a surprise of who he is, or
Oh, to be fair, there's never an absolute answer. It's more about what he thinks he is.
okay, you can go ahead and tell me then.
What was said? God.
Oh, he thinks he's God, or
And
he
no,
is.
no, not I guess then Almighty God. He thinks he's all gods rolled into one.
Oh, hmm.
But they never flat out confirm or deny it.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, having him as like a little kid with a bat is very.
But have a dark side too.
I would love to understand just why of his design of a kid with a bat.
Yep. Oh boy. Like Supergirl. Thought we lost you there for a moment. I did too. She kills you if she knows who you are. I don't understand. I'm Supergirl. Here now, Angel. You'll finally truly become one. The only question is, one what? I'm real. I'm definitely no two ways is real. A real girl. What's the matter with her? I think she's flashing back on Pinocchio or something. I'm me. The other person's me. I didn't completely believe or understand it, but now I do. We're alive and real. As real as you. I'm thrilled for you. Now, could you put me down so we can catch a killer? So basically, why she feels this way is she finally is truly like beforehand. Silver Banshee could never work on her, but because it did, that means she is now truly real.
I see. I see.
Like
So
what
Banshee,
Janice said beforehand.
yeah.
It
So
had, yeah,
Banshee was like a test or so, or like
yeah.
another more of a character.
Test to prove things. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like Candace said earlier, because Supergirl was once just, like she was just a protoplasmic being. Linda made her more. Oh, he sees that, she sees Wally, and it's just like, huh, like, oh Lord, of course.
I like it.
What?
I said I like this.
Yeah,
we keep it
Maddie's.
on.
Yeah. Oh, but she realized where Banshee's going to deal with the killer. I saw them in my dreams, Doctor. Creatures with skeleton faces and wild eyes bringing death. Mr. Feldman, what you saw was ads for Mars attack, remember? There's no creatures with skeleton faces bringing and bringing death. Where is he? Welcome to Earth. We mean you no harm. Where's McPhee? Who? Gerald McPhee. He's mine, you hear me? Mine to kill. Oh, perfect. Passed out. I know, McPhee. I'll take you to him. But if you do, will you bring me back to Mars with you? Sure. Look at that. It's like
The humor, the timing is on point.
Because he got, like he said, he's only feeling this way because he saw a Mars attack ad. And sure, I mean, are you absolutely sure? It's true, Dick. The latest film is unmistakable. The cancer is gone. I don't mean in remission. I mean it's gone completely. And come to my office tomorrow and we'll discuss it. So apparently he had cancer. And Buzz, in a way, cured him of it.
Oh no, I'm making a deal with the devil.
Yep. He's in here. McPhee's in here. McPhee, my name of my brother. And the name of my brother, Revenge. Maddie, and no. Well, this is unpleasant. Me with my hand clamped over her mouth, her with her hands on my throat. What a great way to encourage a positive dialogue. Now you're going to get it. She's going to kill you, and you'll be paid for swiping my pudding last week. Wait, she's stopping, struggling. Is it a trick or I didn't swipe your pudding? Did too. It's not him. This is insanity. Of course it's insanity. It's a mental institution. Yes, for criminally insane. I've been to places like this. I have no idea how you and how you survived my scream, but come with me now. Don't say it if you dare. Not she said it. I'm good at every human creature, Supergirl. Oh, come now. Now you've looked evil in the face. Would you refuse to believe in it? I look not for what's there, but for what isn't there. Really, look then and tell me what you see. Let's pick a random. You there, what did you do? Rape? Murder? What? Whatever I felt like. And look at that one, Supergirl. Or that one. Would you find inner light in that one? Pure evil exists, Supergirl. Why would you deny it? It's your affair. I'll find McPhee and kill him because I have to kill him. I have to. Maddie, you have to let go. Let the anger go. It won't bring PJ back, but I should have been there for him. Something and has to. Don't you see? I've got so much fury. Beating yourself up won't help. Killing McPhee won't either. And it just makes me want to tear the world apart. Why did he have to die? Why? It's not fair. I just want to kill you all, and help me. Somebody help me. I need Linda. I'm here, Maddie. It's me. It's Linda. See, you know me now. You could kill me. Oh, that was smart. But instead of hurting me, you're trying to and let the hate go. Let it go now. I'm so afraid. I don't want to be like them. Never wanted to. I was Shiobon. I wasn't always this. I never wanted. I know you didn't. It's not fair. I know it's not. Hold me, please. Make them go away. Don't let the monsters hurt me. Shh, hush, Shiobon. Shh. And there. And nothing will hurt you. Not while I'm here. And there's no monsters anymore. And there never will be as long as I'm with you all. Don't leave me. I'll always be with you. Always. Aww.
Oh, that was a very emotional ending. Like that was really
Yeah,
good.
it was. Up now we have Incubus. And this one's a guest writer.
Okay.
Yep. But first, let's go back to that. What did you think of that? This two-parter.
Okay, this is how you tell the story in two parts. A
Mm-hmm.
lot of um you have a lot in there, but it's
Move
still a completed story and a very satisfying story. And
exactly.
but honestly, I wanted to keep going, especially even
Yeah.
though it ended, it's still that investment of Banshee and just that interaction. Um
Mm-hmm. You feel
you
bad for
still get a
her
lot. Yeah. This is
again.
what I mean by
Yeah.
yes, she is a villain, or it's more mostly like being in the gray area, but
Yeah.
it makes sense. It very much makes sense to, as you said earlier, the host of
Yeah.
Banshee. But I definitely like this. I have never read a Banshee story,
Mm-hmm.
so with this being officially like a first, it
Yep.
really
I
just
mean,
me
sometimes
and in
she's straight.
general,
Yep. Sometimes she's just straight evil. Sometimes she
yeah,
is. But again, she's a character where you can rotate. It's like Sullivan
right,
Grundy. Sullivan
yeah,
Grundy, ever since Starman revealed that every time he dies, he changes his personality. So you can have some personalities where he's a smart, a kind, gentle soul. Then you can have other personalities where he is Machiavellian.
right. I would say that if you were to just first, I like that it's a two-parter to
Mm-hmm.
where you can just pick up these two issues and not just like
You might be
all of
lost on a
the
subplot here or there, but
yeah,
otherwise, you
you're
don't.
not lost.
Yeah.
And that's good. When you have two-parters or a break somewhere within um a an ongoing or the annuals as to showcase other writers and artists. That is what they need more of. With
Mm-hmm.
this, like I said, being the first of an official Banshee story, in
Yep.
general, I would say this is how you make a fan of
Mm-hmm.
for the character.
Exactly. Now it makes you wonder what happened to her, of course.
Right. And I really do want to know
So
that.
do
Seriously.
I. But yep, like I said, this is a guest issue and everything.
Mhm.
Um, every night it's the same. If only Vic knew what Damon knows. Ooh, come off it, girl. Whoever or whatever is doing that is disgusting. It's wrong, and whatever we did to deserve this, Mrs. Danvers will know how to set things right. She does a lot of work with the Reverend. You don't suppose she'd tell Reverend Verrill do and Varvel, do you? Good God, if my mother finds out, oh boy, so and she'll beat me within an inch of my life. She still beats you at backgammon? Oh dare. But yeah, I mean, we don't even know what exactly they're talking about. They're simply like whisper something is going on. So again,
Yeah.
just right off the bat, they catch you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, you definitely first of all, the
We're back to Kirk, by
gossiping,
the way. We're back to Kirk, by the way, on artwork.
okay, um, is very much just a gossipy thing. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
to start off with the story of a group gossiping, yeah, it makes you want to know, okay, what are the characters talking about, and how
Yeah.
will the direction or the flow of this of the story? Will it be that they go with a sort of a flashback issue of
Hmm.
we're saying this present time, but
Yep.
then let's go back and see what happened, or will it be something that you just start right in the middle of and it's still just as intense?
Yep. But yeah, so they meet up and tell him. And again, we keep seeing like, my word, can you help us? Fred, can you please run to the market and pick up some baking powder for me? Didn't you stop at the market this morning? Well, I've seen that movie a half a dozen times anyway. Hi, Dad. My mom here? Yeah, physically anyway. Sometimes I have my doubts about women. Like just as I'm drifting off to sleep, a kind of pressure, like someone's holding me down or sitting on me, but no one's in the room with me. Like, the pressure's becoming a pleasant kind of rippling now. And then he appears. He? Damon. That's what he calls him. Well, he doesn't actually call himself anything. It's just like we just know his name. And anyone he talks, and anyway, he talks in Latin. Yeah, spooky. So they are just completely giving all these dreams visiting them. Dang. Can you help us? Yes, of course. Don't you poor dears worry. I'll speak to Reverend Varvel in total confidence, of course, and we'll clear this up right away. Clear this up. Mom, this isn't exactly a case of acne. Because yeah, they're just having this weird, weird dreams and all that. What sin could we have committed to deserve such punishment? God is not punishing you, child. Don't you worry. With the Lord's help, you'll be free soon. I want to double check actually who wrote this. So hold on. Darren Vincenzo. Let's see what this guy has done. Oh, he's a comic book editor who's worked on Superman, and oh, this is just one of a handful of books he's worked on.
Hmm. It definitely reads like you're setting up for like a Freddy Krueger story with it being like
It does.
nightmares or something.
Yep. But yeah, she comes up to them and asks them about what's up and everything. And yeah, basically they're having something that first comes off like a romance novel, but it's paralyzing. And she thinks back to stuff with Buzz, obviously. And yeah, but of course they feel like, what do you know about this thing? And wait, don't go. I can help. Sorry, gotta go. Tell your mom, and we said thanks. Oh boy, there's Damon. Damon, that is my name. Yes, we've met and before several times, in fact. But how is dear Buzz faring these days? You should know, Damon. Ah, yes, I miss him. Don't you? How did you get appear outside the dream plane? How do you know you're not asleep? I should rip you apart right now. So yeah, that's how she knows because she met him during her time with Buzz.
Okay.
Oh, I assure you, you can bring me no harm at this moment. Yet I can visit harm upon your mother anytime I wishes. Don't you dare to stay out of my affairs with no pun intended, and convince your mother to end her involvement with this matter, or your family will pay. Linda, 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 you all right? Listen, Dad. Well, it's certainly a beautiful afternoon for a nap. You might want to use one of the lawn chairs instead of lying on the damp ground. Something caused her to knock out or zonk out.
They're definitely the dreams, or it definitely seems like a Twilight Zone type thing mixed in with. So it's not so much as a Freddy Krueger type. The
Mhm.
way it's written definitely gives that vibe that something horror, like horrific, is gonna happen. But yeah, it gives like that, or the Sandman type
Mhm.
story.
Yep, agreed. Oh, look at that. First that I want to be a minister malarkey. Now she's sending me to the store for stuff she already has. Heaven help me. I don't blame the dad for being that. I feel that same way too. When you would be like, huh. Because if you don't know what's going on,
Right, you're just questioning everything.
yep. But I love it. Like, do you remember how I felt during that time I was missing? Yes. Didn't you tell me that your face alone was what helped you go on? Yes? Then go back to your baking. Say an extra prayer and let faith do the rest. You're right, dear. I'm sure the Lord has everything well in hand. Nothing happens but by his design. And come Sunday, I have no doubt that the stateful situation will be resolved. One way or another, it will be resolved. So she's looking up about all this stuff, and that's what you find about the incubus and everything. So yeah, just having all this interesting stuff as she's just studying, researching, falls asleep, and oh, there he is.
Again.
Yep. Uh, you knew that I would come. I invited you. Indeed, indeed. You hold most girls in a grip of terror. They're so terrified by what you are, they don't know they can resist. They don't realize you've entered their dream. In my dreams, I make the rules. Rule number one, you don't stand up unless I tell you to. You. Rule number two, you don't speak unless I tell you to. Rule number three, and this is an important one, all the plumbing in my dream contains holy water. Faith can move mountains or lakes if the case may be. What is those song says? A dream is a wish your heart makes. A faith in yourself is what makes those wishes come true.
I like this. This was very
Nice done in one.
yeah.
Yep, and then here's another annual. Again, no tying into everything, which explains why this is you're a bit more like, oh, what the heck? Because yes, there have been versions where these two have been a thing, but nowhere. And this is during the point when this is the Legion have been lost in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually reference stuff from Peter David's run.
So Linda is the one that first had the relationship with Brainiac 5, or
no, it'd be Supergirl on this one. But to be fair, this is a case where things are going a little crazy. But again, this is not obviously there's going to be nothing in here that's going to affect what Peter David is doing.
okay.
So yeah, so something's going on. People are getting these spontaneous powers, all this other crazy stuff. Something is off. And basically the whole point of this is it's supposed to be playing off of pulp heroes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the theme of the annuals this year.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like you're the most intelligent boy in the world. I think they're meant to imply that he's not wearing anything underneath. Oh no, the acid got his pants.
Oh. Wow, those little moments, yeah.
Oh, yep, right there. See? You see it?
That is a very cliche moment right there.
Yeah, I don't know about acid being the cause.
I mean, acid, his reaction would be a little bit different, but
yeah, but we're just
go
enough
with
to
the
take
flow.
the outer layer, of course.
Right. We go with the flow of the story.
Yep. But yeah, basically brings her over to help out and everything, and the two do start to kind of fall for each other a little bit, playing up. It's basically a superheroic take on the old romance novels.
Not bad, not bad.
Yep, so that's what this is all play off of. It's just an all play up on that, but having this wacky adventure going on. Like I said, it's just meant to be this nice, goofy thing that's a throwback to the two having a relationship once. Oh, and then we got a Chuck Dixon, Greg Land story. Again, just a little fun adventure. But I do like how there's other writers who can actually, I like the first story because it actually can fit in what Peter David does. This one doesn't appear to be as much the same way. You know what I mean? This one feels like Supergirl's there, but we're focusing on some of these other characters around it.
Right. And I mean, that's good too.
Well, yeah.
As long as it's not veering too far away, and you're just, again, like I said, giving spotlight to artists or writers. Yeah, you can do that with with other characters as long as it's within an annual and not the main story.
Exactly.
Like I said, the first story you can put it with the main book, But
It's up to
I
Peter
like
David if he
that,
does or not.
right? The ambiguity, more writers need to do that because if you're trying to stick with one thing, it's just there's a lot of limitations that
Mhm.
they don't have to do. And the way that this is structured, and just it seems that they tried to structure a lot of um, older stories. It was to
Yep,
give variety, and that's what
exactly.
they need now.
Yep. By the way, this is the last issue we'll be covering. Actually, let me
Hmm.
double check. Yeah, this one we can be the last one we cover. This
Okay.
one it ties into an event called Genesis. It was a John Byrne handled event, and it was one of the dumbest. Basically, it was trying to say everything, the Speed Force, the Green Lantern energy, everything came from the source,
Did
and then
he
somebody took it all away.
did Byrne do any like
Oh yeah,
his
he was working on.
contributions?
He worked on a lot of the New God stuff.
His contributions seem very controversial, and
With some exceptions, like Cassandra Sandmark, which I still say I do agree with him to a point that he did not like how they once he had no more control of her, they quickly started making her more the blonde bombshell when he just wanted her to be a normal good character, girl kid.
I yeah, honestly, I don't um with Cassie, I just don't see her as Wonder Girl, and
All right,
I I would have preferred, if they'd
they weren't
redeemed.
going to de-age Donna. They weren't going to do that.
Oh no, redeemed Vanessa and given her
True,
what she wanted, like be a full circle story of Vanessa. She has always been there with
true.
Diana, that whole emotional roller coaster, and especially with,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, the tragedy of killing Julia too. So Diana
Mm-hmm.
definitely had that responsibility. So she
Right.
wanted to be a Wonder Girl, and that was like her one of her desires along with
Oh
dancing.
yeah.
So having that full circle moment
Well, they could have done that.
of
Yeah.
yeah, Vanessa becoming Wonder Girl instead of Cassie, it definitely feels like Cassie is having her Tim moment when they brought in Damien, where very much irrelevant and kind of like
Mm-hmm.
sideline. And Connor too, with
Oh
John.
yeah.
But yeah, when you have characters that are just brought in, you can
Mm-hmm.
definitely see their potential. And
Oh yeah. I
honestly, the
agree.
this generation, the young justice type generation of for the legacy characters, very stagnant, and they don't know what to do with them. But yeah,
Unfortunately, that's the unfortunate thing.
yeah.
But yeah, but like I said, this event was just really crazy, and this happens in between some of the like this was a tie-in to that, obviously. So I have I should have been in Leesburg. Sure, it seems as if my involvement in this entire God and Godways thing is crucial. There's only one of me at home, packed into JLA headquarters with 3 bazillion heroes. I'm just another face in the crowd. Granted, I'm one of the only ones whose powers aren't affected, but heaven help me. While I'm hobnobbing with Clark and the others, my hometown is likely consumed in panic. Between everyone else's powers going haywire and an alien armada surrounding the Earth, it's going to be grot all over again when the town's freaked out as the sun disappeared. No, it'll be worse. It's already happening elsewhere. And Leesburg is such a small, unassuming town. There'll be riots, Bertie. But shows up. Nope. What is this? The Stepford town? And everything seems to be fine.
Oh,
I wonder, but yeah, it's like my folks, we're worried things are kind of wacko in the neck of the wood. People are panicking, you know. Yeah, but not here. I wonder why that is. I was wondering that too. Might be, I don't know, shell shock, shock. I think that's a typo.
oh,
And Leesburg's been through so much lately. People are just starting to take their stuff in their stride, like they're confident it'll all work out. You get on okay with your folks? Sure. Told them all about you. You did? Of course. I can tell my folks anything. Can't you? With yours? I guess. I mean, sure. Well, I mean, not everything. I mean, shouldn't there be some privacy left? Privacy, sure, but life's so uncertain. Any of us can go anytime. Sounds like someone, yeah, who just became a cancer survivor, doesn't it?
Right.
Yep, but yep, sure enough, heads out, and I put this off long enough. Time to, guess I could put it off a little longer. What's all this crappy artwork? There's nothing here worth stealing. Where's the Claude Monet paintings at? They're in storage. The exhibition didn't start for a weekday. Okay, fine. Don't be showing me this local talent garbage. Show me the Monet. You hear me? Show me the Monet. Oh God, I just realized that. Show me the money.
Wow. So
I don't know what movie that's referencing, but I am aware it's a reference.
it is.
Jerry Maguire. Say it. I want to hear you say it. What you gonna show me? The Monet? Yes, show me the Monet. You hear something like a tornado coming? What's the story? I hear Officer Danvers. Supergirl, always showing up when I'm around. People are gonna start talking. People trapped in there with 4 heavily armed would-be robbers. Okay, I'll have to take this carefully as I possibly can. Huh? Show me the Monet. How long did you take to come up with that one? Shut up. So something happened, this big wind, and then catch on. Hey, slow down. I see comets that move slower than you. Oh, really? Then catch the comet if you can. This is where we're starting the comet arc.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay. The horse.
Yep. But I love this. I don't care if you don't want me studying for the ministry. It's important to hold it. Who knows that I didn't want you to? Well, I just assumed. I mean, you were so angry. I was angry because you didn't talk to me about it at all. How do you think I feel being on the outside looking in while my wife's making major career decisions? And if I'd asked you and you said you were against it, then you could tell me to go to hell and do it anyway, like you did when your father told you not to marry me. Oh, Daddy hated you. Everyone hates me till they get to know me. Wait, don't give me a ticket. I got change right here. There's time left. Oh, my lucky day. See you later, Duo Danvers. His brake light's out. Oh, Fred, give it a rest. Oh, what the hell? It's his lucky day after all. And Jonathan, Ken, you shouldn't be straining yourself like that. You're not a young man anymore. Oh, I love this. Who are you? My name's Linda Danvers. You can call me Linda. Or May. Or Supergirl if you want to be formal. May! Clark called, assured us he was dealing with stuff. And now to see you here, but what was this Linda business? And even your voice sounded different as her. It's a long story, Pa. And I think it's about time I told you and Ma about it. No, not yet. But why now? Has something happened? Not yet, but it might soon. And you guys have been so good to me. I feel it'd be wrong not to share this part of my life with you, And then after that, what? After that, I'm hoping you can tell me what to do. And as the alien invader's over just outside missile range, and we go live to, look at the horse. We see Dick on the horse and everything. And hey! Oh, of course, the car is still. Like, by the way, what happened to the front? Hit Linda's dad. Oh. And wouldn't you know it, the horse stopped it all, but we don't realize it yet.
Right. This is a good introduction that you don't know you have little hints, but you still don't know what's going on.
Exactly. And I just felt like you should hear the whole story. What you did was so brave. Giving a lost soul a second chance, saving that girl. It's more than saving, Ma. I've become that girl. I'm as much Linda as Supergirl. What did your other parents say when you told them? You haven't told them? I've been kind of busy. I mean, there was chemo and grot, plus I've been dating a Satanist, but that's pretty much over. Yes, me, young lady, they deserve to know. Oh, I've really grown to love them, and I'm afraid of hurting them. There, is that danger? It's your on. Is that danger? There is that danger. It's your decision, May. And for what it's worth, we trust you to make the right one. Thanks, Ma. You think you could call me Linda from now on? Fine, as long as you promise you'll stop dating Satanists. Okay, unless, he's really cute. I love this again with her with the Kents.
Yes, that's
And this,
really nice.
and this was a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course she would tell them first, because who are they going to tell besides Clark?
Right.
That's it, honey. Take slow, steady breaths. You're past the worst of it. And keep your eyes closed. It's gone windy. You shouldn't get dirt in your eyes. So yeah, flies out and if I can get exclusive on Comet, I could be the next Lois Lane, except prettier.
Wow.
Oh, I love this. Andy Jones just came to town a couple of days ago, and now Comet shows up. It could be Dick or Cutter or Andy or I gotta get a grip. I'm seeing super beings everywhere. For the fact that she thinks about the horse and like, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is when the hero, they need more of showing how, the superheroes
Affect people.
Yeah.
Oh, but then decides to try and tell them, but they think she's pregnant for a moment.
What?
And then they think she's well, yeah, first they think it's we're middle-aged, not did I interrupt you guys while you were I don't believe it. We're middle-aged, not dead. Look.
Wow. Not so subtle at all with this.
Yeah, that's again like but I just wanted to you're in a good mood, but yeah, I said like, oh my God, you're pregnant? You're what? I'm what? I'll kill him, whoever it is. I'm not pregnant. You're sure? Unless it's immaculate, yeah. Then they think she's gay. We're like, I'm Supergirl. That's nice, honey. Oh, but first they think like you're being kidnapped was very traumatic, but then, oh no. But they yell at her.
Well,
no.
that is a very tough way to end. The cliffhanger right there is very dramatic, and it really hits.
Oh man.
Yeah, the contrast between
the Kents and her and the Danvers.
Yeah, it really shows that obviously they, well, they've been the ones that had Clark, so it's not a surprise to them or anything.
But they've only known her as May, and so they can understand it because they understand Supergirl. But the Danvers,
right? And well, it shows that even if it wasn't for Clark, the Kents would be still opening their homes.
Exactly. That's one thing I love. Like that was one thing in JLA, The Nail. It was revealed that even if they didn't raise Clark, the Kents would have still opened their doors to other heroes if needed.
Right. And everyone else is very let's see.
I'm just looking at the tears in your eyes.
Yeah. They're very afraid, not understanding, very quick to judge, and it's kind of like their whole just that quick change of attitude, of how fast it's like get out, get away from us type thing.
You freak. And dear Lord, help me. Bring back Tempest. Make time turn back again. Make the hurt go away. What have I done? What have I done? I hate to end it on here, but this is the perfect ending spot.
It is.
So
Very
what did you
dramatic,
think of
but
this batch?
honestly, still a 10 out of 10 because the writing continues to be strong. It keeps you invested.
Mm-hmm.
The civilian, supporting cast continues with just being interesting. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you would expect them, yeah, to fall off within these issues, but they don't. They
Yeah,
still are building as much character as Supergirl is. And
exactly.
with the two-parter with Banshee, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
The annuals, like I said, I could go for them. I don't have to, but giving that option, and also, like I said, I appreciate more so of it being a showcase than an extension to the main story because
Exactly.
again, with an annual, you want to be able to just have fun and pick up this issue and just see the character in something else. Like I said, there's no limitations. And then with that ending, again, it's very raw and
Yeah.
emotional, and just that reveal is very, yeah, it's dramatic, and it's like you're watching a movie or an episode of actual Supergirl, and it's kind of like a um yeah, like I said, it's a cliffhanger, and you have to wait until next week
Yeah, exactly.
or
Tune in next
to
week.
yeah, very much a tune in next week for the aftermath and stuff. So yeah, I love this. Even the art change, it wasn't so much, like I said, a drastic change, and I think because of the colorist too
Oh
that
yeah, definitely. They definitely
helped.
was. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I definitely still love this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what do you think about the mystery was comment towards when we went where we're going?
Yeah, again, when you are starting a new arc, you do want to just sprinkle in a little bit of hints of what's going to happen, but you don't just, reveal it outright. And then, yeah, with sometimes writers, they just start a new arc without no build up towards it. So
Hmm.
this very smooth transition into a new arc.
Definitely, definitely. But yeah, so going into this, we definitely got a well, it turns out I just double checked. There's also going to be a bit of a crossover with Resurrection Man next time we go over.
Okay, cool. I have
But
no
yeah,
idea who that is, but it's very interesting to
the
know
guy who
who
resurrects.
it is.
But yeah, we've got so much coming up. We're gonna have more and more of the resurgence of Linda and everything. We're gonna have actually hold on, let me just show some of the other covers. We got the Sparrow, we've got more with the Earthborn Angel. Yeah, we've got so much. We got to tie into the Millennium Giant that Jer and I had gone over before. And we got just so much coming up. That's Comet, by the way.
Wow, a very interesting design.
Yep. But yep, we've got I don't care who started it. But yeah, we've got so much coming up. But yeah, so until then, I mean, any other final words you want to give?
I just can't wait to continue on reading
Yep.
because that ending is very raw, emotional, and I would say that it wasn't so much as unexpected. I guess because underlying it
Mm-hmm.
it would have been their reaction, definitely. It's just to read it,
Mm-hmm.
um, you still feel that, oh, that was very unexpected because of what you know, that's their daughter or who they presume to be their daughter and stuff. And then
Oh yeah.
for that fast, reaction of that, you want to know, are they going to you know, have their backs turned, or are they going to say, no, come back and talk it out, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Who can say? Who can say? But yeah, until then, Thank you for joining us, everyone. Thank you for joining me, Brit, and we'll see you all on the next one. Take care.